Hi guys, welcome to the second video of my YouTube channel. My name is Maniki. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. I hope everyone woke up and they achieved one or two goals that they have set for themselves for 2026, because I know I'm going to do that this year. I'm definitely venturing into new partnership that is aligned with the purpose that God has called me to do. To those who are going back to school, all the best. To those who are trying new things today, all the best, like myself, all the best. We are gonna win. We are definitely doing this year with so much power and so much belief in ourselves. Without any further ado, I drafted questions that I thought would be essential to speak about on this channel. A season where I felt or you felt unsure, stuck or misaligned. I would have to definitely say it was 2024 and 2025. I felt lonely. I remember a day when I was crying in the morning and then I said I felt like I was alone, and that feeling really felt deep. I couldn't seem to pin what was wrong with me, feeling like I don't know what I was doing or I don't know where I was going, whether I was doing enough or being enough. Another thing that I have now realized is that I didn't celebrate much of any achievements, and celebrating doesn't mean that doing something big, going outside of your budget. It just simply means buying a cake, buying yourself flowers. Celebrate anything that you do and achieve. You celebrate it. That way you will feel less of lonely, stuck. I'm not an expert, but I have a qualification in this topic that I'm touching on. I believe that my qualification goes along with doing inner work. If your inner self is not well put, then you will spiral a lot. You will bleed onto people and places. And when that happens, you will find every reason out there to validate however that you are feeling. You will say, oh, it's because I don't have this, I don't have that, forgetting to be thankful for the smaller things that God has blessed you with. Besides anything else, I woke up today and I'm here recording a video. Somebody out there planned to wake up and do something that they've always wished to do, but they never got a chance. They didn't wake up. I'm learning now that if you train yourself, your brain gets aligned. Your nervous system gets used to celebrating and being grateful and putting you in a state where you are always grateful, where you give out gratitude to the universe. I think that was the season 2024 2025. I felt like a lot of O's in 2024, and then 2025, I jumped into 2025 with that feeling, and then it escalated. I cried in the morning, I cried in the evening. Mind you, I have people around me that love me. I have a very loving sister. My sister will hype you up. Even if you feel like nothing makes sense in this world, she will hype you up. I was constantly speaking to her over the phone. Mari, I was not happy. What led you to say, let me try God's way? I have always believed in God. I've always went to church. I grew up in a household where prayer was the center of our household. I remember a time when I was in varsity, I used to lose a lot of things. And when I would lose simple things like key, and then I called my mother, and then she was like, you didn't pray. Did you pray when you woke up? And I remember even my friend once made a joke about this. She was like, yo, I think I lost something else again. And she was like, your mother is gonna say you didn't pray. And at the time, I don't know, I didn't understand why she was so hard on me about praying. And then I thought I was praying at the time, but now that I look back, I did pray, but I prayed occasionally. But I did go to church. I did go, and I think if you grew up in church, you end up believing that because you've always went to church, because you've always been in church, you don't really need to do much. If you went to church on Sunday, that's it. No, having a relationship with God is not going to church only. I didn't know that. It means you are walking with God. You are with God because He is with you. I think to answer the question, what led me to say, let me try this with God, was towards the end of 2025. It was when I started now praying a lot more. I started feeling myself that I was really praying, and I started not being shy. My relationship with God started, aligning. I started understanding more what it means walking with God, doing life with God, hearing from God, asking from God. There was a lot of learning that I had to do, even though I grew up in church. When I got in contact with other people outside of my family, I didn't really embrace that much. I think if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have felt how I felt, because you spend a lot of time interacting with people outside of your family. When you are alone, you tend to shift a little bit, especially when you are no longer home now, because I was no longer living at home. You start creating your own routine. You do go to church, you do pray sometimes, occasionally you will pray, occasionally you go to church, occasionally you will read the Bible. So that was me. But I now have identified that I forgot to build an ark for myself. When Noah was asked to build an ark, God was not talking about, the storm, like literal storm. He was talking about anything and everything that we are facing that is out to destroy you. So I think not engaging a lot with my belief is what led me to be where I was. It's always important to surround yourself with people that will not make you astray from what you know or from what you were called to do, because I believe each and every one of us were called to do something. So if you are not aligned, you will not get to what you were called to do, and a lot of things will not make sense. A lot of things will break. You will lose a lot of things. You will lose a lot of relationships. You will lose a lot of connections. So I needed to be reminded of that. And then the other question was, what trusting God looks like for me right now. It looks like understanding and knowing my purpose, understanding myself, knowing who I am. Trusting God now means that I don't need to be in control. I don't need to see something in order for me to believe it. I used to fear losing relationships. I used to fear losing my career. But now I no longer fear losing any of those, because I understand now that if I want something and I put my mind to it, I will definitely and surely get it. And now I am doing this life with God. I'm doing this life as beautifully as He created it for me. I think my video is gonna end here. Bye. See you on the next one.